Hey there, friends. Have you ever felt like you're just a pawn in someone else's game? A mere tool to be used for their own gain? I know I have. It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? In this video, we're going to talk about the 7 insidious attitudes that people who only use you and don't care about you often display. We're going to break down these red flags one by one so you can spot them a mile away. Are you ready to break free from the chains of manipulation? To reclaim your power and start living a life where you're valued and respected? Join me on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Welcome to Stoic Life Recipe, your guide to a more fulfilling life. 1. They disappear until they need something. Picture this. A friend or co-worker goes radio silent for weeks or even months. But as soon as they need a favor, your phone blows up with messages. Sound familiar? People who only show up when they need something often don't value the relationship. They value what you can do for them. This kind of behavior can make you feel used and unappreciated, leading to frustration and resentment. Stoicism encourages us to step back and observe the nature of our relationships. Ask yourself, does this person engage with me because they value who I am, or just what I can offer? For example, think of someone who only contacts you for help with their work or personal issues, but is nowhere to be found when you need support. In modern terms, they're what we call fair weather friends. The Stoic approach here is to acknowledge this behavior for what it is without becoming bitter. You can choose to help if you want, but do it out of your own goodwill, not because you feel obligated. Recognizing these patterns allows you to set healthy boundaries and protect your emotional energy. You don't owe anyone endless favors, especially if they're not reciprocating in the same way. 2. Guilt tripping and manipulation. Have you ever had someone make you feel guilty for not doing what they want? It's a classic tactic manipulators use to control others. They twist situations to make it seem like you're responsible for their happiness, problems, or success. You might hear things like, "If you cared about me, you'd do this," or "I guess I'll have to figure it out on my own if you won't help." Stoicism teaches us that we're responsible for our own actions and emotions, not anyone else's. Imagine a situation in modern life where a colleague tries to guilt you into working extra hours by saying, "We're all relying on you. If you don't stay late, we'll fall behind and it'll be your fault." This type of manipulation can make you feel trapped and anxious. But here's where Stoicism helps. Take a moment to pause and reflect on whether you're being manipulated. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it aligns with my values or because I feel guilty? Guilt is a powerful emotion, but it only has control over you if you allow it. Stand firm in your decisions and don't let guilt drive you into doing things you don't truly want to do. You have the right to prioritize your own well-being and not let others' emotional tactics control your life. 3. Lack of empathy. A key indicator that someone doesn't truly care about you is their lack of empathy. True friends and loved ones make an effort to understand your feelings and experiences. When someone consistently fails to show interest in how you're doing, it's a sign that they're more focused on themselves than on maintaining a balanced relationship. Think about a time when you've shared something important, maybe a personal struggle or an achievement, and the other person barely reacted or quickly turned the conversation back to themselves. It leaves you feeling unseen and unheard. Stoicism teaches us that genuine connection is built on empathy, understanding, and mutual respect. In modern relationships, it's essential to recognize when empathy is lacking. If someone doesn't show concern for your feelings, they may not be investing in the relationship for the right reasons. You deserve to be surrounded by people who care about your emotional well-being, not just what you can do for them. Stoicism reminds us to seek out relationships where empathy flows both ways. When you notice a consistent lack of empathy, it's okay to distance yourself and invest your energy elsewhere. 4. Using deception for personal gain. People who don't truly care about you often have no issue bending the truth or exaggerating situations to suit their needs. This could look like someone claiming they've done something for you in the past just to make you feel obligated to return the favor, or making you feel like they're doing you a favor when they're really manipulating the situation to benefit themselves. Stoicism teaches us to value truth and integrity above all. In modern terms, think of someone who takes credit for your ideas at work, or someone who forgets the help you've provided in the past when it's convenient for them. These small deceits might seem harmless, but over time they erode trust and show that the person values personal gain over honesty. The Stoic approach is simple. Stick to the truth and let others reveal their character through their actions. When you catch someone in a lie or realize they're distorting the truth, don't feel the need to confront them with aggression. Instead, maintain your own integrity and let their behavior speak for itself. As you practice this, you'll notice that deceitful people will naturally distance themselves from your life because they can't control or manipulate someone who values honesty and wisdom. 5. Playing the victim. Another attitude to watch out for is when someone consistently plays the victim, using their circumstances to manipulate your kindness. They might exaggerate their struggles, constantly needing your help while making it seem like they have no control over their own lives. By portraying themselves as helpless, they shift responsibility onto you, making it difficult for you to say no without feeling like you're abandoning them. For example, imagine someone at work always complaining about how overworked they are, but every time you offer solutions or suggest ways to improve their situation, they dismiss them. Instead of taking action to solve their own problems, they continue to rely on you, subtly forcing you to shoulder their responsibilities. In everyday relationships, this could look like a friend who frequently calls you to vent but never takes your advice or makes any effort to change their situation. From a Stoic perspective, it's important to recognize that each individual is responsible for their own life and actions. Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by the emotional manipulation of others who use their circumstances to shift burdens onto us. The next time you encounter someone playing the victim, remind yourself that you are not responsible for fixing their problems. Instead, offer support within reason and encourage them to take responsibility for their actions. You can care without being used. 6. Lack of reciprocity. A major red flag that someone is using you is when there is little or no reciprocity in the relationship. True relationships are built on mutual give and take. However, if you find yourself constantly giving, whether it's time, energy, or resources, and receiving nothing in return, it's a clear sign that the other person may be using you. For example, imagine a scenario where you're always the one reaching out to check in, offering help, or being there for someone in their tough times. But when you need support, that same person is suddenly unavailable or uninterested. It can leave you feeling drained and taken for granted. Stoicism reminds us that we have the power to set boundaries and protect ourselves from one-sided relationships. You can continue to offer kindness and support, but Stoic wisdom encourages discernment. It's okay to expect some level of reciprocity. Healthy relationships involve mutual respect and effort. If you're consistently being the giver, take a step back and assess whether the relationship is balanced. You deserve relationships that uplift and support you, not ones that deplete your emotional reserves. 7. They lack empathy and understanding. One of the clearest signs that someone is using you is when they show little to no interest in your emotions or struggles. A person who genuinely cares about you will make an effort to understand what you're going through, offering empathy and support. But if someone consistently dismisses your feelings or fails to offer any concern for your well-being, it's a strong indicator that they don't truly care about you. Think about a time when you confided in someone, only for them to brush off your concerns or change the subject back to themselves. This lack of empathy is not only hurtful, but also reveals a self-centered attitude. In a healthy relationship, whether it's a friendship, family connection, or romantic partnership, there should be a balance of care and concern. Stoicism teaches us to assess the value of our relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. If someone is consistently indifferent to your emotions, it may be time to reevaluate their role in your life. You deserve to be surrounded by people who truly care about your well-being. While it's important to be patient and kind, it's equally important to recognize when someone is emotionally unavailable or using you for their own purposes. Conclusion. At the end of the day, identifying when someone is using you comes down to observing their actions over time. Do they only reach out when they need something? Do they manipulate your emotions or play the victim to get their way? Are they indifferent to your struggles or consistently fail to show empathy? If you notice these behaviors, it's crucial to take a step back, assess the situation, and set boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Stoicism offers valuable tools for navigating these challenging relationships. By focusing on your own values, maintaining your integrity, and practicing discernment, you can prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness. Remember, it's not selfish to set boundaries, it's wise. In the end, you'll be better equipped to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine care. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more insights like these. Stay tuned for daily wisdom that can help you navigate life's challenges with clarity and peace of mind.